SoFi has earnings coming up, and you do not want to miss out on what I'm about to tell you in this video. This is going to be one of the best, if not the best, stocks in 2025. So don't worry about subscribing, tapping the like button, or looking for the coaching and Discord link. We will get to that. Let's dive right into SoFi. SoFi Technologies is on track to soar in 2025, driven by its explosive member growth, and is projected to continue climbing. With an impressive revenue growth rate of 50% year over year and a diversified product offering that includes personal loans, investing, and cryptocurrency trading, SoFi is not just a fintech player, it's a major disruptor in the financial services landscape. The company's focus on innovation and customer-centric services, combined with a strong balance sheet and strategic partnerships, positions SoFi for unprecedented success in the coming years. Buckle up, because SoFi is ready for takeoff. SoFi Technologies has emerged as a dynamic player in the fintech arena, offering comprehensive range of services that cater to evolving financial needs of consumers. Recently, the company reported a staggering 70% year-over-year growth in its member base, highlights its increasing market appeal. In the latest quarter earnings report, SoFi achieved a revenue of $440 million, significantly up from the prior year, driven by surges in the lending and financial services divisions. Analysts are bullish on SoFi's future, with several firms upgrading their ratings based on its robust growth trajectory and innovative product offerings, such as SoFi Money, SoFi Invest. Looking ahead, experts forecast that SoFi could see revenue growth exceeding 50% annually over the next few years as it continues to expand its services, including recent launch of its banking app. This expansion is further supported by the company's strategic partnership and favorable regulatory environment that enhances its competitiveness. With the digital finance landscape rapidly evolving and consumer preferences shifting upward, comprehensive user-friendly platforms, SoFi is positioned for massive growth. Analysts predict that if the current trends continue, SoFi could see substantial appreciation, making it an attractive option for investors looking to capitalize on the fintech boom. The anticipation is reaching fever pitch as SoFi gears up to unveil its Q4 earnings this Monday. This could be a game-changing moment, with the spotlight firmly fixed on the company's explosive loan growth and dynamic financial services segment. Analysts on Wall Street are predicting an EPS of 4 cents and a whopping $682.2 million in revenue, which would signify an impressive 14.8% year-over-year growth. Just looking back to Q3 2024, when SoFi's capital light loan platform soared to new heights, originating an astonishing $1 billion in personal loans and ranking $56 million in high margin fees. And it gets even better. This quarter saw SoFi secure a remarkable $525 million personal loan securitization deal with PGIM Fixed Income, perfectly reinforcing its innovative asset-light lending model. JP Morgan analyst Reginald Smith highlights SoFi's extraordinary ability to monetize applicants who may have been turned away by others without straining its balance sheet or capital ratios. He anticipates a surge in loan originations for Q4, with strong momentum expected to carry into 2025 and through the rest of the year. Smith isn't just optimistic, he's envisioning a future where SoFi could emerge as a dominant force in digital banking. He boldly states that SoFi has the potential to become the American Express of the fintech universe. Don't miss out on what could be a pivotal moment for this revolutionary company. Will you be a part of the future of this company? And that is up to you. Because remember, Anthony Noto said it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when SoFi becomes one of the biggest banks in the United States. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart for SoFi. I'm going to show you guys exactly what's going on, where I would like to get in after earnings, and where I expect the stock to go. I mean, at this point, you're probably already in, but I'm going to show you guys where I think the stock is likely to go. I'm going to give you guys two scenarios, bullish and bearish, and how I would get into the stock after earnings early morning hours. Now, the after hours trading opens up Sunday at 8 p.m. So if you have 24-hour trading like Webull or Robinhood, you might want to buy shares then. And when the early pre-market hours open up at 4 a.m. with certain brokerages, that'll be the time for you to grab some SoFi. And if not, you'll be stuck waiting till 7 a.m., which is very close to earnings. Not exactly sure the time they'll report the EPS. If you can get in at 7 a.m., as soon as the pre-market opens, you'll be able to buy shares, but you will not be able to trade options as it's too late. So let's take a look at price to sales, price to earnings, some of the stats, the charts, and go over SoFi. However, first, if all of this stuff that I'm talking about, price to sales, price to earnings, and of course talking about analytics on the chart, candlestick patterns I'm about to show you, if any of this is confusing you, maybe you're looking at getting into the stock market or retiring early, or you're just maybe having a rough time and losing money and you'd like to turn that around, I would love to help you guys. You can sign up for my full training course, Discord, as well as one-on-one coaching anytime. The link's in the information box below, investwithcorey.com. You guys can see my students' profits on the screen, and this could be your success story. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a listen to what my student Josh had to say.
For anyone who's thinking about joining, is anyone can do this. It's just really like putting in the work and the effort to meet Corey halfway, but he will definitely get you there. I started with about $300,000 portfolio. Initially saw about between 60 and 70,000 within my first 6 weeks, which I was very excited about. So now I'm really excited to share that I've grown that $300,000 portfolio to well over 500,000. I'm definitely reaping the rewards now. Don't wait. I honestly can't thank Corey enough.
So you heard my student Josh had to say, this could be your success story too. All you have to do is head over to investwithcorey.com, click on training, watch this video so you have a better understanding of what I offer, and then you'll be able to book a call with my team and I, so this way I can help you achieve your financial goals. And I look forward to helping you very soon. So we're looking at SoFi right now, and you can see the bottom on SoFi is really truly in the 13 to 14 range. That's the floor. But it's likely that if earnings miss, which is not in Anthony Noto's history, then the stock could end up pulling back to the 15 or even the 1450 range, or maybe even a little bit lower. Although we do have a gap here, which pretty much means there's going to be a lot of support in the 1650 range, 1670. Anthony Noto is not really known for missing earnings. In fact, he has beat the estimate like 6 quarters in a row. So this is definitely a very unlikely possibility. So it's likely that SoFi is going to meet or beat, which means the stock is likely to go up or stay the same. If it does drop, we could see a drop into the 1650 range, maybe even a little bit lower into the $16 range, but I don't see it going any lower than that unless they miss badly. Even if they miss a little bit, I don't really see it going much below that, but it could. If they beat the estimates 16 to 1650, there could be a drop, a pullback, a correction, taking profits, but likely worst case is going to be like a bounce like this, 17 plus. If they meet or beat the estimate, scenario B is a bullish one. And if they beat the estimate, that is the likely outcome. Now, we've already looked at the neutral and the bearish scenario. We know that the bottom is likely around 1650 as long as they don't miss too badly, but that's unlikely. So if they just meet the expectation, we could see a drop in the 1650 or maybe a neutral kind of consolidating, but somewhere between 1650 and neutral if they miss slightly or they just meet the expectation. But the bullish scenario for meeting expectation, or the likelihood bullish scenario if they beat expectation like they normally do, is the stock would run up something like this, and I see the stock really going to $20. I do, very close, somewhere between 18.50 and 19ish, like right around here to 20. The stock will run up and then it'll pull back and kind of settle in the 19.50 to 20 range, maybe a little bit higher. So when the market opens Monday morning, if you can get in 8 p.m. the night before for the 24-hour, 4 p.m. for the early pre-market. So if you can get in 8 p.m. the night before on Sunday night for the 24-hour market on Webull or Robinhood, or you get in the early pre-market at 4 a.m., if your brokerage supports it, you'll be good to get shares. Everybody else has to wait till 7 a.m., and that's pushing it real close to earnings. But you could still buy the shares because long-term, I don't see SoFi being bearish or even neutral. In fact, by the end of 2025, I see SoFi raging like a bull all the way through $25 to $30. So even if you buy the stock in the early morning or the night before and you pay $17.50 or $17.95 and it drops back to 15 or 16, I still don't see that as a negative. The stock is still eventually going to run to $20 or $25. It just may be a few months down the road. But I just don't really have a bearish stance. As you can see, I'm really leaning between $16.50 and $20. So that only shows like $1 downside, but $2.50 upside. So this is really what I think is going to happen with SoFi. It's hard to tell, but like I said, you can't go wrong getting in. Now, the price to sales on SoFi, if we look at the market cap, it is 19.45 billion, almost 20 billion, not quite. We do the trailing 12 month of 3.63, and we're going to divide that in. I'm going to show you how we find the exact price to sales. So we're going to look at 19.45 divided by 3.63, giving us price to sales of 5.3. They were down in the 2 range or 2.1 range just about 5 months ago. So they've really accelerated their growth. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, Apple has like an 11 and Tesla has like a 19 or a 20, and Google is up there as well. So these companies don't find their real growth until they're around 10 to 15, which means if we use price to sales as an indicative way of finding the stock's eventual move, essentially we can times it by 2 or 3 and maybe even 4. So 2 to 3x is really where SoFi belongs right now with future guidance and the numbers that we have baked in. It's like the baked in premium, which means SoFi right now is $18. So we're looking at a $36 to $54 price in the next year or two. That's where SoFi will be. If they can grow into their valuation and continue to do what they're doing, SoFi is going to be $36 to $54. That is what this company is worth, not just with future guidance baked in, but based on its price to sales. That's the exact number and definition of its growth. If we look at price to earnings, we see that's 152. It's a little on the high side, but it also shows you where the stock could be headed. We also have to look at their net income, which is 60 million in the previous quarter, 214 million trailing 12 month. We've got the EBITDA trailing 12 month, almost $1 billion. It's like over 809 million, 160 million basically just about in this quarter for EBITDA. When we look at their balance sheet, their assets cover their debts, and we look at their total net debt was actually, they had cash 1.62 billion, but in the 2 most recent quarters, they're 200 million in debt, which is not too much. Their assets cover liabilities. Their balance sheet is sitting pretty decent. When we look at cash from operation activities, 276 million trailing 12 months, 61.4 million in the recent quarter. Free cash flows trailing 12 month, 120 million, and then 15.6 million in this quarter. The previous 2 quarters were in the negative. That shows you that they're pulling out all the stops to grow and show positive growth going forward. This is good considering they had 2 really bad quarters and they've totally blown them out of the water. Not only that, we look at the EPS, they've beaten all 4 times previously by 186%, 394%, 111%, and 22.87%. So it's likely to beat. And with this being said, the stock is almost surely, not 100%, but I will tell you right now, nothing's 100%, but it's almost surely this stock's going to go to $19 or $20 Monday morning. So if you can get in early in the pre-market hours, I would definitely do so. Well, SoFi is poised to have incredible growth and beat the earnings yet again. You guys don't want to miss out on this. It's a great stock. Definitely add it to your portfolio, as I totally believe this will be one of, if not the best stock going through 2025. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Don't forget, if you want to sign up for my full training, Discord, and one-on-one coaching, investwithcorey.com. The link is in the information box below, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. I will see you guys on the next upload. Take care of yourselves.